Load all the sources.
Pull up all the sources.
Preload. Transfer to the professor. Yes, I do. Oh, yeah. I'll tell.
Are you sure you want to transfer?
You saw that? Yeah.
What was it? I didn't even see.
It was Swablu. It was a non-shiny Swablu.
Okay.
Yeah. Boring.
Boring.
Let's see.
That's so flippin' boring.
Pop out the chat and
Hola. I really like this Yonder kid, his the charts that he puts out.
I'll have to take a look. Is that
It's the one that has the different degrees of difficulty, like how many people you'd need.
Yes, I love that. Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure. I do like that too. I like it a lot, Jenny.
I like it a lot.
All right, we've got 2% dropped frames, but it's actually holding kind of steady. It's not going higher than that, so I'm all right with that.
We're going steady?
Going steady. Yeah.
Joe, put the Dr. Pepper down.
I can go get some.
I should go get something else to drink here. Wow, there's like a weird lag. Okay, I got to see what else is...
Walking Dead Our World? What? Oh, is that the VR Walking Dead game?
Mm-hmm. I think Charles wants to talk about it. You want to talk about it, Charles?
I don't even know anything about it, so...
Just like I did with Jurassic World, playing for a little, compare it to what we're doing here.
I haven't. I need to just delete Jurassic World. I haven't played it since.
Oh yeah, I deleted it after I went to Universal Studios and forgot to play it.
Awesome.
Hey, Fire King and Lady Jasmine, and good evening, Nicole, as well.
I don't want to launch it. I want to delete it.
Well, snap your finger.
Then only
That'll
half
only
of it.
get half of it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's loud.
Somebody's opened up a YouTube video.
It's Twitch. I'm trying to log in to get the chat room popped out. And I forgot I had the audio turned up because we're going to have a speak pipe tonight.
Oh, a speak pipe. Oh,
there it is right there. Jurassic World Alive. Not anymore, it isn't.
Jurassic World is not alive.
Deleting this will delete all your data. Yeah! Well, as long as it's my Jurassic Park data, fine.
Okay.
So Casino is going to be on the show with us tonight.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good poll.
Yeah, Kurt went and got that one.
Yeah. You just changed your microphone to, I believe, your webcam.
Yeah, probably. Hold on a second.
He's going through a tunnel.
Get Twitch, man. It's always throwing shit in your face. Not hearing you guys double because I got.
No, I know.
They're throwing Grimer in your face.
Yes, that
one. Oh man.
There's nothing worse than a Joe joke except hearing it twice. Let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, look offended. Look offended. But you know.
All I have to do is say "yep" once if you're hearing it twice.
I'm not now.
Oh,
all right.
Let's fix that. Stop mirroring.
Check. It should be.
Start mirroring.
All right. How do I sound now?
You sound good.
You sound much better.
Good. It didn't show that it switched over, but I heard it back to
You sound like you could be charging $5 a minute.
What, isn't he?
Yeah. Patreon.com/
sound source.
The pre-show shenanigans.
MDS Core Audio, Little Snitch, Spotlight, System Events, Safari. Maybe there's something in Safari I can close.
Oh man.
What on earth, Thunder Muffin?
Oh, let's save a draft.
It's under 9K is here as well. So is Midnight Black. Yo.
Midnight
I think
Black.
I think Midnight Black's trying to call out Valor East. It's one of those people.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Like you guys.
Yeah, well, one of us anyway.
Wait, you did not change your colors, Ibit.
No, I didn't, but I'm Valor West. You're Valor East.
You're Valerie Bertinelli.
Meh.
Oh, Thunder Muffin timed out.
Already?
Can we reduce the
Nope, 'cause
Sensitivity.
it cracks me up every single time when somebody. It does. It makes you laugh because you guys are putting in a ton of emotes and caps and. Just
Oh man.
I might tune it back, but it does. It gives me a little laugh every time.
Yeah.
All
This is
right.
the longest 1 second of uploading ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, love that.
So I'm just gonna pause it. I don't care. It's time for the show.
I'm tired of Pikachus with hats.
God, I am too.
Yeah.
I am too. No mas. No mas.
To be
Oops.
fair, I was kind of tired of them before. So
Yeah. Come on, just that one. Airplay. No.
well, Thunder Muffin, you have 2 on your hands. If you have a third one, it's probably too many.
He's got his toes up.
Oh shoot.
He's got one foot up.
I don't know, Thunder Muffin. Are you Valor? Because if you're Valor, I might kick it up so you have more. Showbot's not working right. I mean, it's nothing major,
Mm-hmm.
but it's supposed to automatically reset the things every week. After 24 hours.
Oh, do we still have all the suggestions from last week?
Yeah. Well, I just hit reset, so we might not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just hit
Mystic for the win! Woot woot!
Oh, then in that case, I'm not turning down the sensitivity. All right, I think I'm ready to go.
Discord too. Let's kill a bunch of these things. I don't need Twitter open during this whole business.
You murderer.
I know.
You might miss one of my IGTV videos if you don't have Twitter open.
What's that? What, huh?
I don't know, Nicole, maybe.
Did you just say Melee Kaliki Malka?
I said you might miss one of my IGTV videos if you don't have Twitter open.
Oh, well, that's okay. Do I need it open for this? The
It
answer
depends on how much you love me.
Yeah, the answer is
That's right, that's right, Zenzalu. Mystic.
Melikilikimaka is a thing to say.
Oh man,
That's like one of the only Christmas songs I like.
my sister plays that all the time because she married a Tongan guy.
Like
Live
even
in
not
Hawaii.
not during Christmas?
She starts playing at the beginning of November
Ooh, that's still a little too early.
and plays it multiple times a day.
It is my favorite scene in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
All right, you guys. Ready?
Red Air.
All right. Heyo, and welcome to the Pokemon GO Podcast. We are your number one source for news, reviews, tips, and techniques that you can take on the go. You can't watch YouTube while you're driving, but you can listen to us. I'm the Rock God of Podcasting, Charles McFall, the man who has had way too much sugar all week long, Joe R.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. People keep adding candy to the candy dish at work. Way too much sugar.
Like, man, this decorative bowl keeps getting emptied. I wonder what's going on.
You can just say no. Just say no.
And hot off an airplane back from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Right, Ibbett.
Definitely on the hot side. I won't go into it. It wasn't the level of airplane fiascos that Joe had to deal with a couple weeks ago. But it still was, basically what should have been a 7 or 8 hours of flying turned into 15 hours of flying and sitting in airports. So I won't get into that.
Wait, in 15 hours, you could probably drive almost.
I probably could have. Yeah, probably could have.
So I know I can get from Georgia, I can get to, I think it was Indianapolis.
From
and then
Philly to Denver, no,
or-
probably, that's probably
a little bit longer.
a little bit longer. Yeah. Yep. But it did give me some time to play Pokemon in the airport. I did a trade with a fellow passenger. He was really bummed and kind of down on his luck, and
the nicest guy podcasting goes, "Hey, buddy, what's wrong?"
well, kind of. I mean, not quite like that. I mean, he was trying to get home, and he'd never been to Denver before, and he asked if I had any regionals, and I did set him up with a regional. I set him up with one of my 3 Corsolas just to be nice. Trade it for one of those, and I keep one. It's not a Bagon. What's the little metallic looking?
Beldum.
Beldum. That's what I sold him up with. Or he sent me up with a Beldum.
And you got a lucky one, didn't you?
I ended up with a lucky one. So yeah, and which means that his Corsola's lucky.
Is that what that means? If you got one lucky, they got one lucky?
Yeah. Both. If one is lucky, then the other one in the trade is going to be lucky. So so that was nice. And if I'm just already starting into my experience without you even asking about my experience,
knock stuff out. I dig it, man.
I will tell you the nerdiest thing I've ever done with regard to Pokemon Go. So I stayed in the Home 2, which is I stayed in the Home 2, which is I think Marriott property. No, Hilton H Honors, because I'm on Hilton's points. And because of that, they give you the opportunity to choose what room you want. You can look at a little map of the floors and you can do 3rd floor, 4th floor, 5th floor, etc. And so before I just randomly went in there and said, all right, give me this room that's far from the elevators so I don't get that noise and not next to the ice machine and stuff like that, I went online and looked at a Pokestop map of Philadelphia, and I zoomed in really close to where the hotel is, and I saw that in the northwest corner of that block there was a Pokestop that was somewhat adjacent to the hotel. And then I pulled up the app and said, all right, where's that room in regard to this map? Oh, there it is. And I looked on each of the floors and found that basically that room was available on each of the floors. So I just picked the highest floor and got that room. And so if any of you get a gift from a Pokestop called Cat with Scissors, that is the one I picked my room to be close to. So yeah, I'm not making any apologies for that. I'm proud of what I did. I'm proud of it.
That's pretty smart, I think.
Yeah.
Joe, what about you? What'd you do this week?
Well, there was Zapdos Day this past weekend. I was able to. I only had about an hour because I was going to a birthday party, but I was able to get 5 Zapdos raids in that hour,
Nice.
and ended up with 2 shiny Zapdos.
Wow.
Since they're so different, I mean, they're a little bit darker is really all. And in fact, it was so bright out that if it hadn't been for the sparkles that pop up when it first appears,
yeah, the first little
I wouldn't have known.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I was like, did that just sparkle? I was like, well, I'll try pin apping it and we'll find out. So I tossed one pin app and I caught it on the first one. I'm like, that was definitely sparkles.
Yeah, I think on behalf of the Pokemon Go playing community, I think we can tell Niantic, all right, yeah, we know there's lore and that, the colors that appeared for shinies in the Game Boy and DS Pokemon games are really, really close in color. We're going to give you guys carte blanche to kind of loosen up a little bit, make them a little bit more drastic differences and stuff. We're okay with that.
Whoa! After all the hate I've gotten for not knowing all the lore, you're going to now say it's okay?
I'm going to say it's okay to change things a little bit more drastically than they already are for the sake of Pokemon Go. Yes, I am going to say that, Charles. That's
Charles used to buff up on his Pokemon stuff, not according to Ebbet. Ebbet says change it.
Oh, no, you should know the names of these things. But
yeah, I'll pass. Hard pass.
Okay, look at that cute little Pichu.
I know. I actually have 3 of them. 3 Pichus with the hat and sunglasses. They're adorable.
Okay, all right. If we're gonna play that game,
are we gonna play that?
What
are we? What? It's not sharing. Why is it not sharing? Oh.
And then I got a Registeel this last week, an Alolan Marowak, a 100% Alolan Raichu that I named Herald because he is definitely a Herald of Galactus.
That's cool.
And I got a Kangaskhan today, finishing my Gen 1 Pokédex completely. So, yep. And I've got lined up Miltank. I still can't believe it's Miltank that I'm missing from Gen 2. But I've got lined up a Miltank.
I know, that is crazy.
And yeah. So I've got that lined up for a raid, and for a trade. And once I get that, the only one I'm missing from Gen 2 is Smeargle, which isn't released yet. So, and I've only got a handful left from Gen 3 that have been released. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah.
So have you completed your Gen 4 set yet?
I'm working on it.
The Gen 4, yeah. I mean, it's all just a Lowlands. I don't have the new Marowak and the new Raikou, but I think we all pretty much can say, yeah, I pretty much got a full set. Be nice to get rid of some eggs. Dang it! It keeps disconnecting the video sharing. I don't like that one bit.
Let's see. On my Lowlands, I got three Sandshrews, 2 Rattatas, a Persian, Meowth, Muck, which is the coolest, honestly. Well, I say he's the coolest because I haven't got Marowak yet. Geodude and Executor.
Nice.
So, I'm doing all right. The Muck was a gift. The Muck was an egg that somebody gifted to me, and that hatched out of it. Actually, I wonder if it tells me who gifted it.
You hatched a Muck?
He ran amok.
Yeah, a lowland egg. Yeah.
Yeah,
you hatched a Grimer.
You hatched a Grimer.
Sorry. See if you can see that. It says Muck. I didn't rename it.
Oh, that's because you evolved it.
Yeah, you hatched a Grimer. And then you evolved it into a Muck.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Because it's a weird one. I want to look at the melting ice cream one. Sorry.
I know, yeah. No, I'm with you.
Change it, Niantic. That's what Ibit says.
Yeah, so, more or less.
I got to check one thing before I really get into my story this week, because I got a notification on Discord, I think. What's the Reggie that's out there right now?
Registeel is the current one, yeah.
Registeel.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Regist,
just like it sounds. Registeel.
All right, so there was an interesting glitch. So somebody on Discord was like, "Hey, congratulations!" And then I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna have to check my Pokédex." So I was leaving work the other day, and I think it was last Friday actually, and as I get into my car, I'm pulling up the app, I'm going to do the whole, spin stops and whatever. And I park literally right next to a spot, a gym and a Pokestop, so I can spin those before I take off. And I noticed some people standing around, which it's the place that I park next to is the City of Covington Visitor Center. And the reason that's important to most people is because you go there to hear about the movies that are being made and the TV shows. And, they try to make themselves feel special. But there's a huge mural there, and that's where the gym is. And I saw as I opened up my app that there was a nice silver egg that was about to pop in 3 minutes. So I shut off my car, get out, and went, "Hey, you strangers, are you playing Pokemon?" As a matter of fact, we are. I'm like, cool. I'm going to stand here with you. And we ended up fighting a Registeel, which we took down in 1/4 of the time.
Oh, wow.
Apparently. And we had above 6. It was less than 10, but more than 6 people, because there's about 6 physical people, but they had some of them had the multiple phones.
Oh yeah, sure. 6 physical people, but 8 physical phones.
more or less. Yeah. So and yeah, that exactly. Thank you, Joe. I'm done. That's it. Joe spoiling the story in the Twitch chat. So it is, and everybody's been comments. It didn't even look like a Pokemon. It looks like, I said, it looks like a Poke Center on legs, and like, it kind of does. So we took it down super fast, and I've actually gotten a lot better at my throws. I got now, as it gets hot outside, right? You get the sticky fingers because you need that oil on your hands to do the foam smoothly. And then my finger got wet because it's hot, so I wipe it off, which takes off. So then it's sticking. So I threw at least 2 balls just right at my feet. Like, not even at Registeel's feet, like, just dink right at my feet. Like, thanks, sticky fingers. But out of 10 throws, I think I got 7 greats, and not once did it stay in the ball. It fled. And then, but the glitch was, if you're on my friends list, or if I guess rather if I'm on your friends list, it says Rock Out of Pod caught a Registeel. But no, thanks for trolling me, game.
That's funny.
I really appreciate it.
Like,
so
there we go.
So, I did. It was perfect timing. I got to go raid and knocked off one more notch off of the raid. So I'm up to 5 out of Battle in 10 raids. I'm up to 5 of them.
Nice.
So not too shabby.
I haven't had a chance to do any Registeel raids, and I'm hoping to do some tomorrow morning. There's a great group of folks out in Golden that go and hit raids early in the morning, and so if I'm thinking I can knock some out between, I don't know, 7 and 9 a.m. or something. Knock out 2 or 3 of them.
Now, you're talking about knowing names and those kind of things. Because you guys are beasts. I mean, you're talking about doing more than one raid in a day, much less before you go to work or whatever. Like, all right, you go, esports pros. I'm going to sit here and spend my own stuff.
Oh, it's just the most convenient. It's like once I start working, I don't like interrupting work because I see like a Facebook post that says, we're all fighting a Registeel over at the Old Town Water Tower. Like, I don't want to interrupt what I'm working on now to do that. But
I get that. I mean, I could literally walk out of my office at any time and fight one. I'm busy. I'm in my flow, man. I don't want
exactly.
to do that. But this lucky thing.
Yeah.
I've actually come a long way in the game, right, to understand the game. And beyond that universe, I can understand a little bit more of what's going on in the Pokemon lore and whatnot. This is the first time in a while I went, I don't understand what you're doing. I don't get it. So, guys, what is – I don't – explain the lucky thing to the filthy casual.
Well, let's talk about it because it's in our news, and if we're done talking about our experiences, then let's get into the lucky deal. Joe, do you want to begin or?
Sure.
Okay.
So Lucky Pokemon is a brand new mechanic. It is not from any of the other games. And the way you get a Lucky Pokemon is you trade from one to the other, and it has a chance of being lucky.
Sorry, Joe, hold on a second. Sorry, because people want to know. The raid was more like, holy crap, I did a raid. I hit level 36 this week.
Oh, congrats.
There you go.
All right, sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
So if the Pokemon has been in your box for longer, so the older the Pokemon is, the higher the chance that when traded, it will be lucky. And if it's lucky for one person, the entire trade is lucky. So if I traded you something and it was lucky on your end, it was also whatever you traded me will also be lucky. Mm-hmm. Now, I wonder, because they've told us that the older Pokemon have increased odds, do those odds increase if both Pokemon are older? Because if they don't, if there's a set number, then theoretically I could trade something new and you could trade something old, or vice versa, to maximize your odds of getting lucky.
The chance
Pokemon.
of getting lucky.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's right.
That is the thing, and I know that Sylph Road is just doing a ton of testing, having people try stuff, and hopefully they report back. But it is really it's a cool effect, and I guess the big benefit is that it's cheaper to level up, right? So you've got this.
That's what I asked. What's the point of it?
Yeah, so there's two main benefits. The one that Brian's already mentioned, where it's cheaper to level up, aka it takes less stardust, and I think it also takes less candy.
So let's see here. Right now we're looking at Beldum. It's 1250. 1250 is the only thing that's highlighted that looks like it's kind of a discount.
Okay.
It says
maybe it's
candy.
just the stardust then.
Yeah, it might just be stardust.
But the other added benefit is that Lucky Pokemon, because when you trade, the IVs switch around, and Lucky Pokemon actually have a floor of 10s across the board is the minimum. So, so they are automatically at least 66%.
This one's not very good. Let's take a look at what these stats are. And just for the record, the discount on Stardust is pretty weak too.
It's 50%.
No, it's not. Because
that's what I've heard from
It's
everyone.
a lie. It's a lie.
Okay.
The cake is a lie.
Well, unless it's because I'm going back and forth between two Beldum. One's the lucky one is 386. The unlucky one is 241. It's 1300 to power up 1302 candy for the unlucky one. It's 1250, so 50 Stardust less to do the.
But there's a big level gap there.
Yeah, there really is.
And the amount of stardust it takes actually increases quite a bit as you level it up.
Oh, so maybe
that
it is.
that probably is half.
Okay. So that'll increase without the candy. See, I was looking at the candy too and saying, okay, well, if the candy is the same, then the stardust is the same. But what you're saying is, no, that's not the case.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, the stardust actually increases faster than the candies do.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Easy enough. All right, so maybe it is 50%. So there.
And you only get it through trading, right?
You can only
Correct.
get lucky through trading. Yeah.
But so the thing is, though, a lot of my Pokemon that are old, I want to keep. There's a reason why I still have them. And so while it's a neat mechanic, I don't think I'll really be using it much. I mean, perhaps I will, if I get another Mewtwo, or maybe even just this one, I'll trade it across to somebody else that's there so that maybe we can get lucky and it'll be cheap.
Yeah.
Cheaper to bring it up. Or some of my old stuff, like I've got a couple of Dragonites I caught in the wild that their IVs are bad. I could trade those to somebody else and they could get a good IV.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, because I might do that with Tina tonight, is trade a Dragonite that I caught in the wild over at it's a 141 CP Dragonite with like let's see, it may not be great in battle. Yeah, it doesn't point to greatness in battle. It's like weak sauce Dragonite.
So Lady Jasmine, to reinterpret what Lady Jasmine says in the chat room, she says, I'm kind of shy here. Most of the players I meet are men. I don't feel comfortable just walking out saying, hi, I want to be friends. Mm-hmm. So you're saying you don't go, hey, trade me and get lucky to a bunch of random men?
Yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah.
Oh, man. The other
messing with you, I get it. I just the first thing, Joe keeps saying I'm getting lucky.
I know the phrasing is tough. This whole, oh, maybe we can both get lucky Pokemon, but yeah.
The other thing that would be good is a lot of the shinies that you catch during Community Day have poor IVs, so you could find someone and trade shiny for shiny and hope to get a good IV shiny.
Well, and what they recommend, or at least what Trainer Tips was recommending, is that don't do shiny for shiny. Do shiny for a non-shiny, because it'll increase your chances. And then maybe that does speak to the old. So take a shiny and trade it for something old.
Okay.
Right, to increase the chances of good IVs, and then do the vice versa the next day.
Yeah, so if I was at a Mewtwo raid, I would trade my Mewtwo for someone else's old stuff, and then I would give them something old for their Mewtwo.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is kind of kooky the way that whole thing works.
So, and for me, and a number of people are saying they don't have any lucky friends, local friends, or they have very few. Mm-hmm. That's I don't have any, because I just don't really care to go out and play that much with the locals. But
and I know if some of them are listening, they probably just all in unison raise their middle fingers to you.
they might. Oh, we kind of get it. It's okay. But here's the thing. Dragon Con is going to be like the annual Pokemon swap meet. I'll be there every year. I've been friending up everybody who says they're coming to lower that Stardust. So if you're coming to Dragon Con this year in Atlanta, come find me on the podcast track and we'll swap something. And maybe you'll get lucky.
Right.
See, now I just made it creepy. That's what I do. It's like good, clean fun when Joe says it. When I say it, it's like, oh, dude, you're going to jail. You need to stop that.
Right.
But we do have some cheat sheets of the important Pokemon to be holding on to.
Yeah, this is cool.
For Gen 4 to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Joe.
Don't everyone speak at once. All right. So this is the important Pokemon from Gen 4, which is the Sinnoh region. So if you're keeping up with the different region names, if you want to refer to them that way. So there's the starters, of course, Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup. That will be good to grab onto, just because they're notable. Most of the starters aren't anything to write home about, but it is what it is.
It's like Trico and Mudkip and they're cool, they're cute and all.
And they'll probably be a little bit rarer
Mm-hmm.
because that's what they normally do. But as far as evolutions, so we've talked about this before. Roselia, Tangela, Yanma, Murkrow, Electabuzz, Eevee, Magmar, Swinub, Sneasel, Magnemite, Togepi, Porygon, and Rhyhorn. All of those are previous Pokemon that are getting evolutions with Gen 4. And actually, there's a lot of those are going to be quite good attackers as well. Gen 4 is actually going to mix up the meta. It's going to be more impactful on the meta than any of the previous two generations, in my opinion.
It bums me out that like all those Murkrows I just tossed willy-nilly. And now it's like, oh no, I should be checking IVs and find. I bet who knows? I've probably tossed like 100% Murkrow. I'm sure of it. And and now to know that, oh no, you probably want to hold on to that so you can evolve a Honchkrow.
Well,
sure. Great.
Just start trading around for a lucky one.
Oh, there we go. A lucky IV Honchkrow. Maybe
that's
not a bad idea actually.
You might want to start clicking on them anyway because the shiny form is out. You get a purple one.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's been out for a while. Okay. Cool.
Yep. But yeah, all of those, a lot of their evolutions are going to be real nice. Like Mamoswine, for instance, is definitely going to be. He's going to dwarf all of the other ice attackers.
Wow.
And then Rhyperior, depending on the move set that they give him, well, even if they keep the move set as is, because he's got a lackluster moveset, he's still going to be quite good. His max CP is going to be 3869. Like he's going to be a beast. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
If they don't nerf him,
I don't think they will. They might, but so far the only Pokemon that they have nerfed are ones that are above 4,000 CP.
Okay.
So they could. It's possible. But yeah, I think the hardest one out of all of these to get candy for is going to be the Togepi. So, and Porygon.
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at, I've hatched so many. I thought I'd hatched a lot. Maybe not. I have 172 Togepi candy, so I must have hatched a lot and just gotten rid of ones that didn't have good IVs. That apparently is one I did check though, because I've got a 93%, a 98% Togetic. And does it evolve from? It's a direct evolution from the Togetic, or is it a separate? Does it go a different direction from the Togepi?
It's direct.
Okay, good.
Yep. And I don't know how to pronounce this name, but I think it's Okusagi. Okusagi.
Sure.
Says that they should have a warning if you're trying to transfer a 100% or some kind of marking so that it's easy to identify those right off the bat. Mm-hmm. And I completely agree that I wish that was in the game.
Yeah, it's been saying forever. We need an in-game analyzer, not just the coaches saying or trainers saying whatever they are saying that. Oh, that's amazing. No, we need something like Niantic needs just to buy Game Dr. Genie Fixer, whatever.
Pokegenie. Well, what would be cool? Yes, that would be cool. I mean, yeah. What would be great is just a flag that appears on the Pokemon screen when you're looking at it that just says 80% or higher. It just basically saves you that first step of clicking on the trainer and finding out. And then from there, okay, go take me through the trainer and I can decide there if I want to keep it or not. But give me something to indicate, oh yeah, all right, this one's in your this is a top 20% Pokemon. You may want to hold on to this one.
Yeah, because honestly, the in-game analysis is fairly worthless.
It isn't if you have memorized what you're looking for. I mean, basically the two things I look for are, and all Valor looks for is amazes me and wow. And if I don't see amazes me, then I just go tap, 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 and transfer immediately when I catch something.
So I guess it's not totally worth this, but at the same time, if you had a actual like the Pokegenie,
right,
instead of having to go through that, you should think and you see
exactly.
If you get amazing and wow, then what are you going to do? Take the picture, open up another app, and then go, it's not as good as my other one.
Right,
It's
exactly.
a
It's
96,
a 72 or whatever, and it's like, all right, well, maybe not worth it. So yeah, that would be the way to do it.
So yeah,
sure.
I dig it. Speaking of Registeel earlier in my experiences, which actually he got trashed pretty fast. Now we had a couple of 40 level players, and
it sounds like you're trying to transition to another thing. We need to mention a few more people from Gen 4.
We're not done talking about Gen 4.
Let's put the brakes on that for just a moment.
Wow. All right.
So we've mentioned all the ones that get new evolutions, and we've mentioned the starters, but we haven't mentioned any of the standouts that are specific to Gen 4. Besides the legendaries and mythicals, the ones that you should look out for are Shinx and its evolutions. That's an electric type. He's a really cool blue cat, black and blue cat. There is Granados, I believe. Yeah, which is a dinosaur, and he's pretty nice. He's a rock type. Ghibli.
And hold on, and according to the notes below it, it says that Ramparados has a higher attack stat than any Pokemon besides Mewtwo and Deoxys.
Yep. And so, if he gets double rock type moves, he will become one of the best rock type attackers in the game.
All right, so that's one.
Even better than Tyranitar, who just took the title. So, and then Ghibli, who evolves into Garchomp, is going to be amazing. He'll have the same DPS as Dragonite, but he'll have slightly better typing because he won't have the flying type. And he also is a bit bulkier than Dragonite, so he won't just completely be glass cannon. But yeah, so he will be great. And then Lucario is coming, and he is a great fighting type. Not quite as good as Machamp unless he gets his Mega Evolution, in which case he will outdo Machamp. He will outfight Machamp.
Super Lucario.
So, well, Mega Lucario.
I know,
Super Lucario 64.
Super Lucario brothers. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah. But now we can transition over if you'd like to, Charles.
Me and Registeel down by the schoolyard are just waiting on you. So we do have a boss chart for Registeel, and difficulty meter. It says he's the most difficult. Well, it's a yellow on the 8. What is?
Yeah. So this comes to
the easiest. He's one of the easiest at the higher levels. That's what it is. Okay.
Sort of. So this is from Yonder Kid. I love his infographics because of that difficulty meter. What that difficulty meter is it shows roughly how hard it is depending on the number of trainers that you have battling it. And so there's In Your Dreams, which basically means no, you're not going to beat it. Hardcore, hard, medium, easy, peasy, lemon squeezy.
Nice. I like that breakdown. Well done.
Yeah. And so with Registeel, and instead of going into specific Pokemon counters, he just lists the types. And you'll notice there's a couple of types that the color scheme is inverted and it's got a white outline.
Yeah.
For instance, on Tyranitar, the fighting symbol is inverted and it's got the white outline. That means that it's 4 times as effective.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Is what that means. So that's on that one. And then Executor has the ice type that has that on there as well. And I believe those are the only 2 that have that specified there. But yeah, so looking at this, Registeel, realistically, you're going to want probably about 5 people. I always look at the upper echelons of hard into medium for what I am aiming for. And that's usually about the level, if your average is about level 31 or so, that's how much you'll need, is somewhere between hard and medium.
Okay.
So just as an FYI there.
I like these. I do really like these graphs. It definitely makes it easier for you to be able to figure out, okay, here's what I can do. And me trying to solo an Alolan Raichu, now that I look at this chart, is like, all right, well, maybe if I had, a really out of the park Gengar with both ghost moves or ghost and dark moves. Yeah, if I would have had some time really to set things up, I might have had a chance, but man. Oh well. I'll stick to 2-star and lower. Solo.
Yeah, you gotta know where you come from, Ibit.
Apparently so. Yes. Exactly.
But with the right, like we said before, with the right setup, 3 stars are soloable.
They are if you have the right setup. I mean, a Porygon probably would have been a little bit more doable with the right fighting type to go up against it. A bunch of the right fighting types.
Yeah. So
but
I
like
don't
you were
need
saying,
Porygon.
like you were saying about the Raichu, that's hard into medium is 1 to 2 people, so it makes sense that you.
Yeah, I mean, and it is, and it's listed as doable with suboptimal 35 counters and circumstances. So I mean, it would have been doable. It's not in your dreams level like soloing an Absol or soloing Houndoom or something. But anyway, so yeah, so you're saying there's a chance.
Yep.
So we got this. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it wasn't me.
It was me. Some of these, I just wonder why they even have them on here as raid bosses. Like Houndoom, who's gonna use a raid pass on a Houndoom?
I will, because I need to battle in 10 raids.
Yeah, well, you're special. No, but I think like one of the best bottom tier ones, if you're not shiny hunting, is that Kirlia. Because we're going to be getting. Actually, I'm surprised that Gen 4 cheat sheet it didn't mention Gallade at all, because right now we have Kirlia evolving into. Why am I blanking on the name? But anyway, it evolves currently into Gardevoir. That's what it is. And in Gen 4, it can evolve into Gallade. And I'm surprised that cheat sheet we had before didn't mention that. But that is one of the reasons why you might want to do the Kirlia, because you can solo that and you can toss pin-apps at it for 10 easy candies.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, which since we're not seeing them much in the wild, I think it's a great plan, a great idea.
And because Porygon is in there, you might want to stock up on candies there for Porygon Z.
Yeah, I think I've got plenty. I've hatched so many of those damn
What do you need?
Porygons.
9,000?
I would guess 100. Since
No,
it's a third stage.
Disappointment.
It's over 9,000.
Yeah, I've got 353 Porygon candy. I'm not hunting down any.
I've only got 43, so I might need to do some.
Yeah. Let's see, and this one is amazes me attack. Wow, so I've got a high attack Porygon too, so that'll be the one that I evolve into a Z. All right,
Nice.
cool. When the time comes, do we want? So here's an interesting question. Obviously, last time with the Alolan Pokemon, they staged the release. How do we think that went on the whole? Was it? Would you prefer they just release the whole mass of them all at once, or did you like the staged release?
I like the floodgate, the stage release.
Mhm.
Is what I'm saying. Yes.
Okay. Joe?
I was fine with how they handled the Alolan.
Yeah.
But
It's less overwhelming than getting 100 all at once, I guess, right?
well, there's not that many specific Alolan forms.
No, but I mean, I'm sorry, not Alolan. The stage release of Gen 3.
4.
Yeah, not 4,
Oh,
Gen 3.
oh.
Yeah.
Got it. No, yeah. I was fine with the staggered release instead of them just dumping it all on us at once. I mean, they're still staggering some other stuff too. So
Right. Okay.
we will see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But let's talk regionals.
I like this map. We got this map from Sofro because they listen to us. Because Ibit's like, I thought this was the reason. That's the reason. So they go, Ibit, we got you, Ibit.
I know. I do appreciate this. We know they listen to me.
Yeah, there you go. Listen to you. And
Right.
this is a great map of the world to plan your world tour.
It is. It does tell you like where you're going to need to grab some stuff. Although it feels like Heracross is not represented well. Like Heracross and Tropius are shown in South America, but not in the lower bits of Florida. And I feel like
well, it is, but it's weird because of how they decided to do the coloring.
Oh, okay.
Because Corsola makes the coloring slightly different in Florida, and
gotcha. Corsola is a stripe. Torkoal and Corsola are that stripe.
So the blue color.
Well, no, Torkoal's the orange, but then it's also like a pink orange.
Oh,
well, Corsola is the pink, right?
Yeah. Yes. So Corsola overlaps with a bunch of other stuff, so it interferes.
It's a light blue and a dark blue in different spots. I get it now. I totally see how this map works. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I want to go to Australia to get this Relicanth. That looks cool.
Relicanth is one of the ones I am missing. Mm-hmm. And there's a guy here that only had one, and he traded it to his second account. So I was like, "Oh, come on!"
Only trade it once.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, Relicanth and Tropius are the only two I'm missing on this.
Wow. Dang. I still need Kangaskhan. I still need. Well, I basically still need all of them except for the local regionals. I take that back. And Farfetch'd.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Farfetch'd. I thought you had Mime and Farfetch'd.
No Mime yet, but in a month. In a month I'll have Mr. Mime.
But then you probably have most of the ones that are up top, right?
I have almost all the ones up top. I don't have Volbeat.
Okay.
And what is the story with Volbeat? I mean, Solrock we had for a while. Here's Zangoose we had. Seviper, Lunatone, and Illumise. And
it just has never rotated. People assume it will, but it hasn't.
Gotcha, okay. But the other ones have definitely rotated. So that actually happened to me. I did not have a Lunatone. And Monday night, after going out and drinking and doing all this stuff, we get back and it's like midnight, maybe 12:30, and I decide, let's open up the game. Let's set it up so I'm like spinning, at least for the first hour or two while I'm sleeping, and I look and there's the telltale shadow of Lunatone. I'm like, oh, where is it? And I see that it's maybe a block and a half away. I'm like, oh, I'm totally doing it. So I get dressed. I get back dressed, run out of the hotel, go and find it, and manage to catch it. And decided, oh, you know what? Right across the street is a cheesesteak place, and I haven't had a cheesesteak yet. So I went ahead and ate a cheesesteak sandwich, which I regretted immediately. It's like, why am I eating this like right before bed? And why am I eating this when I had
it was delicious.
A couple of street tacos for dinner. It was pretty good. It wasn't
so the ultimate question
on South. Yeah.
Is Cheese Whiz or Provolone or American?
Cheese Whiz, absolutely. Cheese Whiz. And I want ribbons of meat. I don't want super finely chopped meat. This one was super finely chopped meat, and I didn't get. Once I opened it up when I got back to the hotel, I realized that they didn't put any cheese on it, but it did have onions.
Oh,
they didn't put any cheese.
No cheese. I said Whiz Wit, because you're supposed to say Whiz Wit, Whiz for the cheese, and Wit onions. Wit onions want it. And they didn't put any cheese on there, and it was a place that's apparently known for their fried chicken. I probably should have had the fried chicken. I probably would have been more satisfied. The next day, though, I went to what the mayor of Philadelphia considers to be the best cheesesteak place in Philly, and had one of those, and it was damn good.
Oh man,
well worth it.
The question is, did you meet up with any of the botched guys while you were there?
I did not. No, I put out the call for the meetup and had a bunch of TMS and Coverville people show up, but did not see any of the botched guys.
They were probably all working.
They might have been. Yeah.
So they botched the meetup?
They botched the meetup.
Yeah. So
I can't help myself. I'm sorry.
I know. Please do. Please try.
So do we want to do the next field research, or do we talk about friendship level bonuses?
Let's go ahead and talk about the changes to friendship real quick.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So obviously we got some nice quality of life changes to friendship in this last in this last patch, and I am loving it. It's still not quite to the level I would like. I wish there was at least a search function, but having being able to nickname your people, especially since they recently made it so that you can change your name again for free. So, that's there. So I have noticed a couple of names changing on my list. But
I should check that because it was somebody that I was looking for. I'm like, I wonder if they're gone. But I wonder if they might have just changed their name.
Yeah. So nicknames will help prevent you from not realizing who people are.
Yeah.
Can you use the same nickname over and over again, like Atlanta, and make that a nickname for a bunch of people?
And that's actually was going to be my tip this week. Is that is that I've been using that to separate who is local in Arvada, and I either say ARV for Arvada. You've got as much limited space there as you do for the regular, like your Pokemon renaming. So you got to be somewhat abbreviated. But I have TMS, I have PGP, I have Arvada, and then I have AA. And AA are the people. It's like, okay, these are the people I need to trade with every day to make sure that I, get the bonuses and stuff. One of them's Tina, obviously. You've got the folks who are coming here next month, etc. So I want to make sure that for trading, we've got the best friendship level possible. Then the next step are Arvada people, since I'm raiding with them, getting the advantage of that. And then PGP people, you folks, you wonderful people in our chat room that I want to make sure we always trade with, and then TMS folks. There's nobody I don't want to trade with. So,
and you didn't have to do like TMS1, TMS2. It's all just TMS.
Right. Well, I make it TMS TVZ gone, for example, or TMS Greg.
Oh, okay.
In the case of him. So I use little initial identifiers. I don't know if I mean, who knows? I might have been able to do it the other way, but I use the initials to give him something to sort by, and then I put the name after it to explain who it is. So instead of it being TVZ gone, I know him as Greg.
Yeah, TVZ Gone's here watching live.
He is.
Like,
that's why. That's why I used him as an example.
Very nice. I came across it on my own, and Joe's like, "You're the code diver. Shot it days ago." I'm like, "I'm sorry, Joe. We don't all live in Reddit Pokemon world. I found it, man,
Nice.
and you didn't say nothing. So first, I get the call first on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been using it some. I'm really gonna have to. Actually, if you want to bump up on the list, because what I try to do is try to get the people I know are coming to Dragon Con, right? Because that's where I'm actually going to trade with people. And then the ones I recognize from the show, like TVZ Gone, so forth, so on. But I have a number of friends that, or on my friend list, rather, that they sent me gifts a while back. We have like 0 friendship level. So I'm actually trying to go down and at least accept their gift and maybe send something back just to tag up. But honestly, I mean, I think this is human nature. If the more you interact with somebody, the more likely you are to bump up on them. I mean, that's real friendship. So
yeah, of course.
Tag me on Twitter, or I don't know, just anywhere you can contact me, or in our Discord, say, hey, I want to trade more.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. You should definitely be nicknaming folks that are Dragon Con.
Right.
And that's the Dragon Con. So like do DC space and then their name. And that way you can make sure that you're trading gifts every day and stuff like that, so that when you see them, you can do some great trading.
Because even though Will Oglesby hadn't said he's coming, I've been trading with him every day, or sending him gifts every day. He's one of the locals. He retweets the crap out of us. See, again, it's interaction. He's been interacting with us since day one. So as soon as friendship came up, he's like, "Hey man, be my friend." I'm like, "Sure." And he's at the top of my list every day.
Nice.
So that's how that works.
But speaking of bumping up levels, I do have a tip regarding when you increase the level, because you get some experience depending on what level you reach. So, good friend, when you reach that level, you get 3,000 experience. Great, you get 10,000. Ultra, you get 50,000. And best friends, you get 100,000 experience. But that experience isn't given to you until that pop-up shows up on your screen. So actually today, I became ultra friends with someone for the first time, and I didn't realize I was going to trigger that. And so I was like, all right, come on, I can do this. So I quickly got into my items, popped a lucky egg.
Right, and took advantage of that. Yeah.
And so because there's that delay, I had already become ultra friends with them, but I hadn't received the experience. I was able to double that experience. And then I went through, and I had been queuing up about 8 people to become great friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up getting, 240,000 experience ish just from going through and collecting gifts at the right time.
Very smart. Yeah, see, I'm looking at this right now. I need to pop a lucky egg and do a few of these. Oh, look at you. Very smart, Joe. Yeah. Very smart.
So there's that. What they really need to do, there's some quality of life stuff that they really still need to add to friends.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned the searching. That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, stop sending me back to the top when I open up a gift.
Yes.
You don't send me back up to the top when I send a gift. And I realize that it's because it's reordering the list, but just stop it. Wait to reorder the list or something until after I leave the menu.
Agreed. Yes.
So yeah, stop sending me back up to the top, because I can almost guarantee from a programming standpoint it's because it's remaking the list when it reorders it, and so it just puts you back up to the top, resets your counter.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, stop that. And then with it, trading, you need to be able to unfavorite something and revive stuff from the trading menu instead of backing out and having to do that in order to get to an eligible trade.
Yes.
So yeah, allow us to do that from the trading area. But yeah, those are just a couple of things that I've been thinking about as far as quality of life upgrades to friendship.
Yeah. No, I think it's really good. That is very good, especially the resorting or the, scrolling back up to the top. No, I don't want to.
Also, what would be nice is if you could filter by a specific tier. So have it so that it filters by maximum amount, but then say, okay, I just want people who have reached that are great friends, but then are almost ultra. That way, if you're trying to do, okay, let's trigger all of these at the same time, that would make that easier as well.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do that one.
They probably won't.
Because there are some
but I would like it.
slow roadblocks that they put in the game, like the animation when you evolve something, you can't speed up that animation. I think they put in some pacing things, and I imagine that might not be one of them, but it doesn't seem like they didn't seem like they want to do things to let you level up faster, is all I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah. TV's Egon has a good one too. Make it easy to know who you've already given a gift to. Like who is eligible to give a gift without clicking
having
on
to
them.
go into their screen. Yep.
Have just a little 2 open hands. Could I have some more?
Well, just we get the little icon that shows when they have a gift for us. Maybe like a some sort of similar thing for them as well. We don't need to see. Maybe if they're eligible for a gift, we get like a little icon between their hearts and what they just caught. And I don't know. There's a bunch of
I was just going to mention this because some people probably don't have very many friends, and it's funny because it's so frustrating to click through 100+ friends, and that listener out there is going, "I've got 5."
Yeah, that's true.
It's funny because you're right. I mean,
we are at an extreme on this.
We're very fortunate. Yes, without a doubt, we're very fortunate.
Hearts and minds. Yeah. So, all right. So, just out this afternoon, I'm gonna get. It's a cat, right? Those are cats. I'm gonna get my first cat, my thunder cat.
The legendary beasts.
That's it. It looks like a cat.
You're gonna get Lion-O.
Yeah. You know what? Raikou does kind of have that Lion-O effect to it. So that was the news this afternoon. When I opened up the game, was, hey, next month's field research reward will be Raikou. Not Raikou. Raikou would be kind of cool. Alolan Raikou would be a fun one too.
It would be a fun one.
Raikou.
Nope, it's Raikou.
Yep. Yeah, sorry. Because they're not similar at all in name. I'm just saying, Niantic. Actually, it's not Niantic, is it? It's the Pokemon company that did all that originally.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and the thing to remember, this doesn't trigger at midnight on August 1st. It triggers at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And what you really want to do is just wait until you see other people getting it, or wait until the 2nd if you want to guarantee it, or wait until last minute on the 1st. But yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you're trying to get it right on the 1st, just be aware that it doesn't trigger in the morning.
Now, do you feel like you've gotten enough Snorlaxes though, Charles?
Oh yeah, one was plenty. I'm good, man. I got 3. Actually, technically, I only have one Snorlax. I have Zinzalu's dead to me, and Terry Wolf's dead to me. So I have one of each evolution there in my collection.
That's hilarious. But are any of them good IVs? I guess is the question.
I don't know. I haven't analyzed any of them.
Didn't you get a perfect one?
I did. I had 100%. Yeah, perfect one.
Very nice. That's right, because you mentioned that last week.
I did. Yep, that was my experience of the week.
I honestly, because of how I play the game or how I choose to play the game, I don't quite, for myself, want to jump through the hoops of looking at their IVs. I don't care. I'm going to keep one of them.
You don't care now, but I feel like, maybe... See, this is interesting. Check this out. So
I might care more later. You're right. Maybe.
We know that there's the bug where it automatically buries a Pokemon, like throws a berry, or gives... The Pokemon shows up already with a berry applied. But what's funny is sometimes it's a pinup, sometimes it's a raspberry. This one just showed up with a pinup.
It's whatever you used last.
Oh, okay. All right, interesting.
Yeah, and it's not actually used on it. Yeah. Even though it's displaying that it is, it's not actually under the effects of said berry.
Sure.
So.
Will it let you throw a new berry?
It will, yeah. Yeah, but it won't double, like it won't quadruple if there's already a pinup and you throw another pinup on there.
Oh yeah. But I was because it's a bug. Even though you don't have the effect, it shows that it's buried up. I was wondering if it said no, sorry, got a berry on it.
You can still throw a berry, and it doesn't actually change the icon, but it will take into effect whatever berry you throw at it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I will get to Raikou on the 1st because, like every other month, I'm down to. Actually, I can tell you, right? Like Tuesday. Yeah, I got to do 6, which I'll do tomorrow, and then I'll hold it until the 1st comes, and then I'll have that box ready to pop open and go. Cool. Which I like. I mean, it's just worked out perfectly for my schedule that I can get these easy field researches, and if it's something like win 10 raids, I just throw it away.
Yeah.
Catch 10 Pokemon. I can do that one, and it all works. And I'm filling out the Pokédex because of it, so that's kind of cool.
Nice. Yeah, I'm just doing. Usually have no problem doing 7, or doing 1 a day for 7 days. So I'm gonna try and get. I don't think I'm gonna get another. No, I definitely won't get another Snorlax before this one's up. But it'll increase my chances to get like 5 Raikou, and maybe one of them will be really, really good.
I wonder if I'll be able to get my research tasks every day next week. Because the beach we go, the beach we go to every year, and unless they've added new stops, last year it had 1 stop and 1 gym, and so I guess I could go over to the stop and get that 1 research task every day.
And just hope it's one that you can do.
Yep. If it's a good research task, you can grab it 3 times.
No, you can't.
No, not.
I know you can only grab it one
day. Yeah,
you can only. Yep, you can only get it once.
I gotta look. So. I do stuff where I sit at stops and I forgot that I threw it away. That's why I got the same one. Cause I was like, go to Joe's house. Like, no, trash that one. And 5 minutes later it spins. Oh, you get new research. Go to Joe's house. No. And then I realized, I gotta quit throwing it away while I'm sitting next to that stock. So I'll get that same research over and over.
I didn't realize that if you discarded a field research task, if you spun that Pokestop, you'd get it again. I thought that once you get a field research task from a Pokestop, you don't get any more from that one, even if you discard it.
I've seen the same one pop up more than once while I was sitting at my Sunday gig, which is next to only a 1 stop.
Okay.
So I was like, I got to stop throwing it away.
There you go. Interesting.
And so now I'm actually I'm going to, just because you asked nicely, I'm going to look at my Snorlaxes here. I'll do that in a minute, actually, because I've got a quick review to do for everybody.
Cool.
So, we talked about Jurassic World Alive a while back, and it just, it's all right. We all were joking before the show of I went to university. I kept it. I was like, it's an okay game. And we talked about it on the show, so you can go listen to those episodes. It's fine. Joe and I reviewed it for Joe. He asked some good questions. And because obviously Pokemon is the king, right? Pokemon is the one that has broken all the barriers, pushed us forward, all that great stuff. Well, within the last couple of weeks, Walking Dead: Our World has come out. I gotta tell you, This one's got legs. This one.
Well, I would sure hope so since they're walking.
Well, if you saw the first episode, you don't have to have legs to walk. If you ever saw the first episode of that show.
That's true.
Which I actually have that Pop Funko somewhere around here. Somebody gave it to me. But it helps if you're a fan of the show, right? It's a great property if you're a fan of the show. But I'm going to tell you, it's got more video game aspects to it than, for me personally, than Pokemon Go does. Because while you absolutely get more rewards for moving around, you don't have to. Everything's an energy bar, like a regular video game. And I'll open it up, and you can do AR stuff. You can see I went on a clinical where I'm sitting inside of it's not an emergency room, but a dock in a box, basically, a fast track type of deal. And so I'm like playing it because it was a little slow that morning. And it says, point the camera at the floor. So you do, and I'm not sure, it's setting up some kind of digital sandbox
calibration kind of thing.
Yeah. And I put it up, and here comes zombies basically through the door of the.
That's awesome. So basically, it's really just doing it so that it can scare the crap out of you once you lift your camera back up. Yeah.
And they have great little contests of the best selfie with the zombies and stuff like that. And it does say, be aware of people as you do this. You don't want their picture taken, so on and so forth.
Don't shamble while you're driving.
Yeah. The mechanic's very easy. You pick a zombie encounter all around, and again, the only praise I really had for Jurassic World is the same praise here of you can see for a long way off. You can see stuff's going on all around, and you rescue survivors, and there are places to drop them off the rewards. Those have beacons. You can see beacons for a long way off. So for us, it'd be like I have a gym I could probably walk through from my house, and I have a gym about 1.5 miles down the road. If they took on this beacon technology, it's not really technology, it's just a graphic, but they put in this beacon graphic, even if I couldn't see the gym from my house, I would see the colored light on the game, and I could go in that direction.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. But honestly, it just plays to my laziness. I could sit in my house, and I could take on 5 encounters, and they all have timers on them, so I can't play them again for a little while. I'll play something else. But going out and about, you definitely spawn more refreshes. There's alliance building where you do certain tasks together, that kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. It's fun. I don't think it's going to topple Pokemon Go at all. Sure. Pokemon has a much stronger IP currently. But if you're, I mean, people have argued I'm not the filthy casual. I'm the lazy casual, I guess. If you're the guy, because you guys, I mean, no knock or anything. You guys love to go out. You walk a lot. You play a lot. You love those raids. If you're active, Pokemon, you're going to get more out of Pokemon Go for sure. Sure. If you're less active, like I am, you're at a desk, you'll probably get a little bit more out of this game because it's a little more active. It plays more like a video game, and I'm enjoying it. It's I'm not playing it nearly as much as Pokemon still because it's one of those things that has to be active. And that honestly, that's the one thing that's going to keep Pokemon on my list, at the top of my list for a while, besides the fact that we do the show, is that I can do the gacha, right? And I can play the game. Whereas there's no other game on my phone I can play while I'm having to do something else.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So I enjoy that. So that's a quick rundown. Check it out if you like that kind of thing. It's kind of fun.
That's cool. Yeah, I might. I don't really have time to do 2 of these type of games at once, but I might try it just so I can see what it's like.
And honestly, Pokemon Go has a lot more activity. I mean,
well, sure. I mean, but it's also been around a lot longer too. So
yeah. And I mean, this might catch up, but I'm trying to think of a good comparison. It's Pokemon Go's NFL and Walking Dead is CFL.
Arena football.
Yeah, arena football. Because there's no real incentive to go out, and you don't need to meet up with anybody. Your alliance is there, and you just, as you do things, check off quests in the game, you just get more coins and stuff. But it's fun. That's cool. But yeah. You want to lose weight and ride your bike, you got to play Pokemon Go.
Sure.
So, hey Joe, why don't you talk about Satchel Podcast Player?
So Satchel Podcast Player, we've never ever mentioned this player ever before in our 107 episodes. Just kidding. That's very facetious. For those first-time listeners, we've mentioned it almost every time. And Satchel Podcast Player is a wonderful podcast player you can download on iPhone. You can download it on Android. And it has a lot of features that no other podcast player has, like being able to tweet directly at the show while you're listening to it, or you can send a few dollars if you want to help out the podcast you're listening to, and assuming that they've set that up. And you can actually also connect directly with their Patreon if they have that set up as well. So if you are a podcaster and want to register your show, head on over to satchelplayer.com and get that done. So that you can start interacting with fans in a way that, like I said, no other podcast player allows.
Absolutely. Let's give a quick shout out to everybody before we get to the rest of the things that are going on here. If you're on the podcast, you can watch live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Pokemon GO Podcast every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We've got a great partner here, Nicole0991 being our mod. She's awesome. Then we got Banana Barry Falk is live.
Nice.
Commander Root, Deca Smurf, Lady Jasmine, Midnight Black. I'm sure it's one Okasaki, but I like Oni Okasaki. That's a better way to pronounce it. I'm just saying. Fire King 17, Squitchy Twitchy, yeah. Terry Wolf, the Grand Cherokee, TVZ Gone, VNK. I gotta get closer to that. Viet Region. Virgo Pros of Vladivostok. I can get it. Vladivostok. Oh, and Waka 1.
Vladivostok.
So we did make not partner. What's the one before partner? Affiliate with Twitch. So if you like to sub, or like Nicole did, you like to cheer, bid us up. That'd be awesome. You can always follow the show here live. And of course, if you hear us reference our Discord, it is patreon.com/Pokemon GO Podcast. Oh, but time for all that is done. What time is it now, Joe?
It is time for random trivia. And this week I wanted to talk about Registeel, the iron Pokemon. You'd think he'd be the steel Pokemon, but he's not. He's the iron
It's right
Pokemon.
there in his name. What
I know,
What are they
right?
thinking?
But Regiron doesn't really roll off the
That's
tongue.
true. That's true.
But why isn't he the steel Pokemon is what I don't get.
Mm.
But anyway, Registeel has a body that is harder than any kind of metal. Although the body is also apparently hollow, and no one has any idea what this Pokemon actually eats. Because, well, quite frankly, I don't see a mouth on this Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And actually, I really wish that Registeel's shiny was in the game. So he keeps the same like black and red accents, but that metallic silver becomes a mint green.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So that's pretty neat right there.
Yeah.
So they actually edited his sprite because in his original sprites, his arm position almost looked like, if you look at the diamond specifically, almost looks like he's doing the Nazi salute.
Oh, geez. Yeah, he's got the one arm straight out and up. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I noticed that only lasted for one game.
Yep. Yeah, and then they realized, well, that wasn't a good move. But yeah, so that didn't last long, like you said. Registeel is tied with a couple of other Pokemon for the highest special defense of any Steel-type Pokemon. The ones that he's tied with are not currently in the game. So as far as currently in Pokemon Go, he has the highest special defense. The ones that he's tied with are Aegislash in shield form and Probopass, which is Nosepass's evolved form that we will get eventually. What generation does he come from?
So I need to start saving those too.
That one's Gen 4 as well, so Nosepass will evolve.
I'm so tired of Nosepass.
I'm sure you've got plenty of them, plenty of candy already.
Like
all of the other Regis, they are based off of golems. The Regi, or Regis, is Latin for royal, and then, of course, steel. So that's where his name comes from, is Royal Steel. So yeah,
Cool.
there we go. That is the random trivia.
I like that.
Yeah.
I still need one. Now I'm gonna get some raids. Get some raids in.
So I did the first one. Terry's Dead to Me, and it was 88%. So I put in the appraisal, and then it dropped to 87%. But it's 15 attack, 13 defense, and 11
And as you can see,
stamina.
Charles was listening very intently to the random trivia.
He'll get a Registeel. He'll get a Registeel when it comes out as the
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The field research. Yeah.
I heard
he's
Registeel's
like,
hollow. He doesn't need anything, and Heil Hitler. That's what I heard.
Charles is just like, who cares about all these Reggies? They're not Regigigas.
Oh no, they're not, man. I like that one. I like the art on the Regigigas. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so we've got an email going back to what we were saying about changing the name. Our friend Brad writes in, says, just giving a quick update on the name change glitch. Niantic emailed me letting me know it's resolved. If anyone else had the glitch, just go into settings and the option to change your name is back. So I'm no longer running just name me 23456.
Yep.
Although I'm disappointed. That was a memorable, fun name. Now I don't even know who you are on my list anymore.
Well, and apparently they have turned off the filter on names, so there's some questionable names getting put out there. So I probably shouldn't have said that on air, to be honest.
You get never filtered. All right, we've got a speak pipe as well. And Ibit,
yes, sir.
This is a throwback to our olden days.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
Agent McFall, Agent Ibit. This is Agent Osinico.
Oh, wow.
Field report. I'm Pokemon Go. Yeah, I used to listen to from the helicarrier, a lifetime ago. And I just recently discovered the Pokemon Go podcast that is hosted by you all because about a year and a half ago, my daughter got me into playing the game. Now I play more than she does, a lot. So, yeah, I'm a listener again. So, thanks for the enjoyment about this game. And I think it's hilarious that Charles is also not catching Snorlaxes because neither am I. Where are my legendaries? So, good night.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thanks. That's
very cool. Oh, that's so good to hear from him again. Yeah. It's funny also that he didn't find us, via the normal ways, like, Facebook from the helicarrier post saying that we're doing Pokemon Go podcast now. He finds us by his daughter listening and hooking him up. It's funny.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, all right, Joe, do you got anything else, sir, you want to put out there?
I am a little bit bummed because Zapdos Day yielded another EX raid, and I will be at the beach for it. So I'm only mildly bummed because I do have a Mewtwo already, but I am going to miss that. So maybe when
never have too many Mewtwo's.
It's very true, but maybe when Moltres Day comes around, I can get another EX raid off of that because these legendary raid windows seem to be producing quite a few EX raids.
Mm-hmm.
So
they really do, because people are they're meeting at some place and then really kicking the trash out of that first raid before they kind of all split up and go places. I'm guessing it came from one of the first raids you did that day, right?
Actually, the first raid I did that day.
Yeah.
So theoretically, because I fought the Reggie, I might get an invite.
It's possible. If you
burn down because of it, spontaneously combust.
After the Yokosuka event, we're gonna get a Moltres Day. If you go out, if you raid at an EX raid gym, you will probably get an invite.
All right, I got you.
My wife has a Mewtwo and you don't. Just saying.
That's fine. Well, I've always, my ultimate concern has been, if I ever actually get one, will the haters just explode? Because I don't raid. I go out and do like a raid every month or so.
I think there was far more of that when there was the potential that you were, the Snorlax potential. I think I think, we feel like, there's a chance they'll get a Mewtwo, but we felt like it was never going to happen for you for a Snorlax.
You know what? I can look if I look at my Pokédex, right? I can look at it and say how many I've seen versus caught, right, Joe?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let me.
Oh, to see if you've ever plussed a Snorlax and not.
No, I never.
Caught it?
I just want to know how many I saw because I know for a fact I've seen one. Yeah, seen 4, caught 3. That one I told about seeing in the wild. That was the only one I've ever seen in the wild.
Well,
actually, no, that's one.
I was gonna say that was probably one in a gym.
Yeah, that's one in the gym. Well, as far as I know, I've only seen one in the wild, but it doesn't really track that. It does say lucky 0, so. But I've seen 4, caught 3. So technically, my record is stellar when it comes to Snorlaxes. All right, but enough of those shenanigans. Here's a quick rundown on the Snorlaxes I have. My regular Snorlax is 80%. It is 15 attack, 10 defense, and 11 stamina. The Zinzaloo is dead to me is 82% at 11, 13, and 13. And Terry Wolf somehow manages to come in on top at 87% at 15, 13.
That's a hilarious name.
As one does.
As one does. All right, and we were working on getting stuff over to the YouTube channel. You have to do some deep digging right now to find it, but it is there. We have the link here in our show notes, so you can click through and find that. You can follow us every Thursday night here live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Pokemon GO Podcast. If you come in late or if you just discovered us and went, wow, I'd like more, we do this as a podcast. This actual recording goes out in podcast form, which you can download from iTunes, Stitcher, and find it on a Satchel Podcast Player and anywhere else that you get your stuff from, your podcast from. You can listen to it on your phone, and you can listen to it on your computer, wherever that is. Email us, as Brad did, show@PokemonGoPodcast.com. You can do the headlines. You can do the suggestions of everything's over at Reddit, reddit.com/r/Pokemon GO Podcast. I got the message. I'll get it. I promise. I had a huge purple banner smashed into my face that next week we're going to record on a different time. We'll get that. Facebook is Pokemon GO Podcast. Twitter is @Pokemon GO Pod. And I mentioned the Twitch and the Patreon. Now it's gone away. So, all right, folks. Next week, Joe is going to the beach. I'm actually going to be doing something on Thursday night and won't be able to be here. So Ibbot and I will be recording on Wednesday.
That's right. I'm going to be celebrating my birthday Thursday night, so that's why I can't do it either.
Oh, well, see, we're all out, man.
We're all out. So Wednesday it is.
In the history of us doing podcasting together, we've never had all the hosts be busy on one night on any of our shows.
I know.
For Giant Size Team Up Network, giantsizeteamup.com. See what I did there? I promoted where we are.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Ibbot, do you know roughly what time we might want to do Wednesday?
It'll be after 3 p.m. Mountain Time, so that's after 5 p.m. your time. So sometime after. Yep.
Maybe we'll put it out on Facebook and Twitter. So watch Twitter's at Pokemon Go Pod. Facebook is Pokemon Go Podcast. And there is that. Besides the beach, Joe, where can they find you?
You can find me at Joseph_Ard.
You can find me at Coverville.
And you can find me at Rock Out of Pod, and I've been putting out a video every day of my shenanigans and the things that I do. So you can go and enjoy that. Please go check out everything that we do. Go check out our Facebook page. Listen to the back catalog. We have a lot of fun doing this show. Everybody who comes and contributes with their ideas and their feedback, it's awesome. So check that out, and thank you for coming out. And tune in 2 weeks to hear Joe say,
the beach was fantastic. I didn't put on any sunscreen, and I didn't even get burnt. It was great.
But you look like a Moltres.
I'm not going to lie. I am a little bit worried because the current projection for weather says it's supposed to be thunderstorms like all week.
Oh, wow.
Week.
Do you want to say which beach? You probably don't want to say which beach.
I'm going to Sunset Beach, North Carolina.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yep.
All right, guys, thanks. And remember, next week's Wednesday night. All right, recording is stopped.
That might have been the only yup for the whole show.
Yep. I got to put that on a t-shirt or something, right?
You know?
Trademark it.
Yep.
So everybody who's live, we've been doing the titles as we do throughout the entire show. So if you click that link I just put up, the showbot.tv link, you can go and vote for your favorite titles. And right now it's Let's Get Lucky by Nicole991. This one I did. May the odds ever be in your favor.
Oh, that's good.
TV's Egon put the Stardust is a lie. Which, Mewtwo escapes Charles's decks yet again. I don't know. Like he's got 4 times over 40. He's trying to get 4 times over dead to me. That's what he's trying to do.
Wow.
He had to find some new way to troll you.
Yeah. Hey, they're putting in cupcakes that say 50 on them. That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
That.
So I bet we've got.
That's not. By the way, that's not how old I'm going to be. Just so you know.
More like 55, 58.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So other channels have custom emotes, and so that might be a custom emote from a different channel because they've got Twitch, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Twitch
allowed to get
Prime or whatever it is.
For your information, Joe, we can actually do the custom emotes now because we're affiliate. And yes, Terry, I know. And before we read out the rest of the titles, I want to say thanks to Nicole991, TV's Egon, and Lady Jasmine for all hitting the cheer button and throwing those bits up. We really love that.
Can I tell you too? I've had the Stream Deck here, the Elgato Stream Deck, set up and ready to do the thing. I've been forgetting to do, like, when one person is talking, go to their
buttons,
hitting their buttons. So I apologize for that. It's a cool little production thing.
You're not pressing our buttons.
I'm not pushing your buttons.
That is a cheer. That might be a cheer emote. That cupcake, because both Jasmine and Egon cheered, and then the cupcake showed up. So that might be a cheer emote.
Oh, it could be. Yep.
Cool. So all right, here's Rest Styles. Thunder Muffin said, "Come get lucky." Zinzaloo, because I talked about you can't watch YouTube in the car. You can listen to that. Zinzaloo puts in Charles causes car accidents. TV's Egon. I like the next two are by TV's Egon. Super Lucario Brothers. And so you're saying there's a chance.
Nice. I'm good with Let's Get Lucky. It's appropriate. It's
that one's winning.
Unique to this episode, and it's winning. So we'd actually be doing what we say and honoring the the choices made by the
We normally do.
listeners. We do, I know. I'm just saying, now this one's guaranteed if we do it.
And a new one submitted. Brian forgot to press their button.
I know. It's totally true.
Thanks, FF Legendary Hero. Said he's going to follow our podcast now.
Oh, hey.
Cool. Awesome.
Popped in. You're the man. I like Legendary Hero. I like his streams. He's really cool. Check out his stream. You can click on his name, go over to his stream right there. Now, I don't know what the 17 logo means because it means something. It's a Twitch logo with 17. It can't be 17 years because no, Twitch hasn't been around that long. But TwitchCon 2017.
Okay. That's cool.
Never over it, apparently. So very cool. But yeah, he does a lot of cool stuff on his channel. All right, so it looks like it's going to be Let's Get Lucky.
Cool. I will actually do art for it tomorrow.
FF Legendary, you're hosting someone's stream right now. Cooters.
All right, I know you probably should go eat. Joe, you need to go sleep. Or no, Joe. Oh yeah. I
gotta do the notes real quick.
So he's gonna probably jump on the audio channel in the Discord if people want to.
Yep, I certainly will. No one has been joining me for the past 2 months ish, but I will hop in there.
Anyone wants to join him.
I've just been so I've got a bot set up so I can play music in Discord.
Yeah.
So if no one joins, I just put some songs on in there.
Jams. The jam.
It's right. It's slow jams time.
Hmm?
All right, folks. Killing the stream. See ya.